And we are live. Happy Halloween from your friendly neighborhood recapper. This is my review, y'all, for The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 6, Episode 7. Now, yes, I am dressed as Spider-Man right now. I'm like, I am going to get use out of this costume. I bought this maybe 2-3 years ago. We definitely gonna get a fair use out of this. Now I can't stand up because I want this video to be monetized. So yeah. Um First and foremost, this is a supersized episode. So please get comfortable. And I apologize that it took so long, but life be lifing. I have to work every day. So yeah. Also, I did a video with my girl Brooke Ashley, so please go check that out. We did basically a summary so far of our thoughts on Potomac as well as Salt Lake City. It was really good. Thank you, Brooke, so much for having me on your channel. Now, look, I know you're like, WTF? Is he really going to be on here the entire time talking through this mask? The answer is hell no. Hell no. This shit is hot. I can barely see my notes. Whew. Yeah. We're going to stay like this. Anyway, I can breathe. We're going to wait till some people get into the room right now. Oh, you saw it. Thank you so much for, supporting your Black content creators. I appreciate you so much. Oh my God, I'm kind of dizzy from being in that in that costume for so long. Anyway, yes, I will be doing this this recap like this. So yeah, let me just y'all get into the room right now. I appreciate y'all so much. Also, for the new people who don't know me, welcome to my channel. I'm pretty sure my subscribers that know me, they will fill you in on my sense of humor. So let's get into it because this was a long ass episode. They gave us an extra 15 minutes. This is the infamous Below Deck crossover episode. We open this episode and production, they're already having a field day right now. We get a little mini montage of the drama that happens before the episode starts. We hear glasses breaking, arguing, crying, and the crew yelling, "Mayday, Mayday." It's like hyperbole overload. Yes, you got it. Chris Morales, yeah. Somebody watches Spider-Man. Ain't no Peter Parker here. It's Miles. But yes, the episode starts and the ladies are arriving to the airport. They find out that Bronwyn won't be on the flight, but she'll meet them in Kanawha on the boat. Now, whether this was calculated or not, given her situation, who knows? It probably was. I'm pretty sure it was. Side note, do not ask me to point out Kanawha on a map. So yes, while I'm doing this recap, can anyone enlighten me to where Kanawha is? Please and thank you. So after 15 hours in travel, the ladies arrive, and so far everyone is cordial. They get to the yacht. We got the yacht. We got the yacht. I mean, it is Salt Lake City. Now, if it was Potomac, I would be excited as Luann because they're usually on canoes and paddle boats and shit like that. They get to this yacht, and it is so luxurious. Now, y'all, I don't watch Below Deck, but I'm aware of the captain because, he's the finest one of all the captains on, across the Below Deck franchises. The ladies are greeted by the crew and Captain Jason. And Heather says, she, along with Whitney, met Captain Jason already when they were in Australia, and they hung out around the entire time. So that's how Heather organized this. So did y'all see the chemistry between Heather and Jason, Captain Jason? I mean, judging from her confessional, though, she definitely has the hots for him. Now, you know what she said about she was stuck on an island? I was thinking, if I could be stuck on the island with any sexy Bravo celebrity of my choice, who would it be? So I was thinking Michaels from Southern Hospitality, even though it looks like he don't mess with black guys like that, it is what it is. Is he single, y'all? I don't watch that show. And if I see him at BravoCon, yeah, I'm gonna hit on him. I'm gonna ask him for a photo. I'm gonna be like, look, I don't watch your show, but when I saw you on there, I was like, who is that? Maybe I do need to watch. But yeah, I don't know. I saw some clips and it's giving Oreo teas. Also, who else I would be stuck on the island with? Amir from Martha's Vineyard. I mean, y'all know. I mean, have y'all seen his ass? Have y'all seen his ass? And then when you think about it, not that many fine men are on Bravo when I thought about it. Oh, thank you, MJ. I appreciate that. Chris did this crossover make you want to check out and maybe review Below Deck. Did this crossover make you want to check out and maybe review Below Deck? Not review it. Maybe watch it, but not review it. Potomac would be on a catamaran with a wet rug and sipping from coconuts. Oh my God. Okay, come through, Chris. Can you tell me about Gwen in the Spideyverse? That's my grandbaby's theme, and I don't know nothing about it. I'm not really a fan of Gwen Stacy. I'm a Mary Jane Watson kind of guy. That's the Spider-Man vixen that I know. Never anticipated a review so much in my life. Started to sing you the Judge Judy. Look, better late than never, y'all. I already have 75 people in here. Look, I am just so humbled and happy that y'all watch not only my Black reviews, for the Black shows, but also Salt Lake City, because I be seeing in my little YouTube studio that Potomac and Salt Lake City, they be tussling for the top spot. I was like, look at my subscribers give a shit about what I have to say about the white girls too. Thank y'all for watching. So yes. Oh, you know what? I didn't even talk about this because I just thought it was silly. Who do y'all think packed the cucumber? Who do y'all think? I think it was Heather, honestly. She probably named that cucumber Captain Jason. Anywho, the ladies are excited, and the crew they just don't know what they're in for, I'm sure. Cut to Lisa's confessional, and she throws major shade at Angie, saying this is her first time on a yacht because she's usually in an RV. Woo! 2 points. 2 points for you, Lisa. But Angie, she returns the serve. Like, oh yeah, wrong sport. She returns the serve. And says maybe she could stand next to Lisa so her ankles will look smaller. She gets points too. We see Brittany in her confessional, and her coochie is hot from all the guys on the crew. Anyway, the boat is fabulous. There's 4 large rooms, and the ladies are in 2s. We have Lisa and Meredith, no shocker. Whitney and Heather, bad weather, of course. Angie and Mary, sisters for life. And then we have Bronwyn and Brittany. Yikes. Like, they're basically the leftovers. Because, look, they definitely don't like each other, but it is what it is. Heather even tells her maybe she won't come. They're all talking on the boat now, and Brittany lets us know that she is hopeless when it comes to this 30-day purge that Whitney suggested to her. Number one, Jared helped her pack before she came on the trip. And then number 2, she says, well, the 30 days start today as she prowls on this yacht for new men. Even though the whole purpose of the 30 days was for your ass to purge from men and for you to focus on your daughters. Again, lost cause. Lost cause. The ladies tell Brittany they don't want to hear anything about Jared on this trip. If she says his name, they're going to splash her with water. She starts out saying Jared's name, and Meredith immediately pours water on her. I didn't know Meredith knew her like that, to just douse her with water all willy-nilly. But Meredith enjoys doing this because she clearly doesn't like Brittany. Look, I would like to throw a bucket of water on somebody I don't like either. Also, y'all, this is a really long episode. They had a lot of meat on the bone for this. So I can't read all y'all's comments. I will read it later. But again, if you want to give a super chat, I will definitely read it immediately. Later on, Bronwyn is on her way. We see her heading towards the yacht. She's nervous and she knows that the ladies have been discussing it. And to be fair, if it was any of them in hot water, like in the press, it would be discussed. So she's not exempt if it happens to her. Bronwyn got on my nerves low key for this episode. Y'all know I love Bronwyn, but I just didn't like how she came off. So she arrives on the boat wearing a look, of course. You can hear Lisa calling it a costume and points out that she's worn it before. Now, I hope re-wearing something doesn't count as a read, because I feel like what? So we're not allowed to just, wear an outfit more than once? Fuck that. Yes, if you are just coming into the room, your friendly neighborhood recapper. But yes, we see Lisa mention to Angie, side note, timeout, aren't they beefing? Anyway, she says to her, she knows Bronwyn's going through a lot. And Angie tells her, well, why? Like, what do you know? And look, Angie's trying to set her ass up already. I'm like, you know what Lisa knows. I feel like they're definitely going to pin this on Lisa. The reason that this dirt on Bronwyn is out. We cut to Lisa confessional, and she wonders why would Bronwyn come for her when she has these skeletons. And I actually agree with Lisa. It hurts when I say that. I get a little, like, I don't know, like a little pain in my stomach every time I agree with Lisa. But yeah, she's right. Like, I would not be going in on Lisa like she was, especially like all the court shit that she's dealing with, when you have sealed documents on you, ma'am. Like, what? So the ladies, they get situated in their rooms. We see Angie is starting to get seasick. I wonder if this is like her first time on a boat, period. Like, I thought Lisa was just kidding that, Angie isn't cultured at all. And she's never been on a boat or, damn, not a yacht at all. But yeah, so now we're in Bronwyn and Brittany's room. This woman brought a stuffed animal that has a recording of Jared on it. This just showed me that she has deep-seated issues. Like, she needs to be hooked up to one of those like machines that shock you to get her back to I don't know, to undo the programming that was put into her by Mormonism and men. Thank you, Rich the Fish, for the super chat. Chris, are you wearing a Spidey belt? Can you stand up, please? You think you slick. You think you slick. I can stand up, and that is all you're going to see. That is it. I am not wearing a belt. But anyway, I'm sure the chat thanks you, Rich the Fish. Let me see. So, we then see Lisa and Meredith discussing Bronwyn, and they're wondering if she's going to bring it up herself. Lisa thinks Bronwyn will bring up some iteration of the truth. And I thought at this point, her and Bronwyn were good, but Lisa's still getting her little digs in, But, when it comes to Lisa, I don't expect anything less. So back in Brittany and Bronwyn's room, Brittany asks Bronwyn, well, why didn't you fly with us? And Bronwyn says, well, she almost didn't come at all. When Brittany says why Bronwyn doesn't give, why not? Like, why did she not fly? Um, she doesn't give any details. She says that she almost didn't come at all. Sorry, my notes got messed up. Oh, okay. There's so many like letters that say Brittany Bronwyn, Brittany Bronwyn, Brittany Bronwyn. Sorry about that. Live show. But yeah, when Brittany says why, Bronwyn doesn't give like any details, but says she knows for a fact that someone in this group is planning stories about her. Now, let's just do the process of elimination. Like, we know she don't mean Heather and Whitney. We know she don't mean Meredith or Angie or Brittany or Mary. Who does that leave? Like all roads lead to Lisa. Like all Bronwyn had to do was just explain what's going on with her charges. The accusation of someone in the group feeding it to the press, like you can't prove that. Or can someone in the chat help me out? Like, how can Bronwyn prove this without an admission from Lisa saying, okay, well, you got me, I did it, So she's very pressed about this. And she says the only one that called and checked on her was Mary. Like, she was actually getting upset that she knows that the other ladies were talking about this behind her back. Bronwyn, remember episode 1? What were y'all doing behind Lisa's back that entire episode, huh? Not to get on my Meredith marks, but I'm just like, Bronwyn, really? Like, I like Bronwyn, but we need to call you to the carpet. Like, she was annoying me this entire fucking episode. Like, you did the exact same thing to Lisa. Like, talk about her behind her back. So what makes you think they're not going to talk behind your back when you got charges? Thank you, Angela, for the super chat. Trick or treat, Chris. Thank you for this tree. Here's a little something to put in your candy pail, Spidey. Love the costume. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hello from Mozambique. We worldwide over here, and I appreciate y'all. We cut to her confessional. Bronwyn explains again the charges or lack thereof. The fact that the case is sealed and she can't talk about it should make this just a non-issue in the first place to me, because we will never know exactly what happened. Bronwyn tells Brittany how this is affecting her family and she's been stressed. So then fast forward, they all sit down for lunch. Whitney immediately asks, is everything okay with Bronwyn? She lets the ladies know that Todd didn't want her to go on this trip and says people have been digging in her past to discredit her. So the ladies then ask about the charges from 20 years ago to allegedly 4 years ago. Bronwyn says there are no charges against her. Legal Eagles in the chat, y'all might have to help me out. Wow, from Pakistan. Wow. Hello. What time is it over there? And can someone please explain like the ins and out of a sealed case? Because if the case had to be sealed, that means you did it, right? You weren't convicted, you weren't sent to jail, or enough time has gone by where they can seal the case so it won't affect you in the future. Anyway, Bronwyn then says she thinks someone in the group fed this information to the press, and that's what's like very upsetting to her. That's the main point that's upsetting. Lisa says no one in the group would do this and just kind of keeps interjecting in the conversation. Now, on one hand, one might say, Lisa, thou protest too much, and she just keep making herself look guilty. On the other hand, Lisa, she is aware that these ladies will immediately, blame her. So she has to speak up. And I think to be fair, that Lisa in this situation is damned if she do, damned if she don't. Like Lisa can't win in this situation. So I'm asking y'all, is this fair? Do y'all think she did it? Like, y'all know how I feel about Lisa for the longest, but I just feel like it's just too easy, And the fact that, the Bravo fans, I was telling this to Brooke on our video, like they are detectives. Like they would find the Zodiac killer. Like for real. Like it takes nothing for them to go dig up stuff on cast members they don't like, put it out, make it go viral, and then it's news. And then once it's news, it becomes a plot line on the show. You see how that works? So we see it time and time again. Lisa then outright says, "Don't spend this on me or else I'll get pissed." We then cut to Heather's confessional and she thinks Lisa is just revealing herself. Brahman then says it would really bother her if someone in this group, but time out. If someone in this group, like you already said earlier that you 100% think it was someone in this group that leaked it to the press. I don't like that. So which is it? Which is it? Like, Brahman, you're losing me. Because low key, it felt like her strategy was, instead of talking about these charges, make the bigger story who in this group fed this information to the press. And as we get into the episode and as it progressed, you see that that plan worked. So, I thought it was a clever idea because, it worked. Heather asked her point blank who she thinks it is. We know what Heather's doing right now. Heather is a sniper from the side. She's a backstabber, but we'll get on her later. Bronwyn might as well have just said Lisa in this moment. Yes, exactly, Black Swan. Like, I wouldn't put it past her, but there's still reasonable doubt. That's all. But the thing is, if the ladies said they wouldn't put it past her, but I'm not accusing you, but I wouldn't put it past you. No, they basically accused her and said, Lisa, give it up. Just admit it. Own it. Own it. So, yeah, so she said things intensified after the gathering at Amy's in episode 2. That's what Bronwyn said. So I'm just like, what do you think happened at Amy's, Bronwyn? Who did you get into it with? Who did you gather? Like, come on. And again, the last scene between Bronwyn and Lisa, I thought they made up. So then Lisa says this is basically an accusation. Then Whitney says it wasn't in her confessional, but I'm just like, y'all, Bronwyn basically implied, like it was clear implication that she was talking about Lisa and she thought that she did it. We have 134 people in the chat. Make sure you like that video and also subscribe to a Ninja. I am almost at 17K. Thank you, Rich the Fish, for the super chat. Sweet how Mary missed the dinner to stay with Angie. Yes, we'll get to that. Cynthia was said, Kenya, you ain't dying, child. Thrown up in afro and cheap caftan to sit at the table. Now, come on. What did Cynthia do to you? You don't think she would do that for Kenya? I mean, you got a point. You got a point. I don't think she would, but I don't think Kenya would do it for the other way around either. Where was I? All right. So then as things are getting heated at the table and are going left, Lisa ends the conversation before she goes nuclear. And the ladies decide to start their activities for the day. So some of the ladies, they are toasted, specifically Heather, who says on camera that her and the captain fucked around. Then we cut to her confessional. She's like, I said that? I said that? Look, y'all, we all have those moments. Look, last weekend on my first off day in 2 weeks where I could drink, child, Went to the club. I don't remember some things. And I'm just like, let me just lay low from the club just for a little bit, the strip club. But, I was just like, let me just, because I don't remember how, like, I woke up, I was just like, I don't remember how I got home. Did I catch an Uber or did I catch the train? So yeah, I'm not gonna fault Heather for that. But I do think they probably messed around because I feel like Heather was the initiator, definitely. And Captain Jason, I mean, he's not gonna say no. Meanwhile, Brittany is being desperate with her flirtation with one of the crew guys. Lisa, she doesn't know the difference between a duck and a swan. And Angie, we see her struggling boots. Like that seasickness is getting to her. She even throws up while she's on the water, on the paddle boat. Lisa, she is loving every minute of it. Amanda K, I get what y'all are saying about it could be fans, but Lisa has put out stuff before. And then even earlier in the season, she was talking about making an account and putting stuff out there. Yes, but still, you can't accuse her. I can see why the ladies think it's her, but they can't just accuse her of doing it because there's still reasonable doubt. Like they can't prove it. Like at least with the jeweler during the reunion, because that took some digging on Lisa's part to call Bronwyn out like that. I mean, she got her red-handed, but she still did some digging on that. Like, we know that happened, but we can't prove that that's what happened with Bronwyn because, of course, I mean, there's all this information is for public record. Just the details are sealed. Thank you, Lexi Lean. No proof that it was Lisa. That's the thing. So then, next scene, we see Bronwyn and Whitney talking. Bronwyn says, "What was that at lunch? Like, I didn't even say it was Lisa." Girl, you implied it. You definitely implied it heavily. So, I would rather Bronwyn just be a real bitch and just say, Lisa, I think you did it, instead of this veiled passive shit. So then, followed by Bronwyn. Whitney says she thinks it was her. Followed by Bronwyn also saying that she thinks it was Lisa. So yeah, like, why are we just doing this ring around the rosy, like hiding behind the bushes? Like, is it Lisa? Is it Lisa? And it is. Anyway, so Bronwyn continues connecting the dots by inaccurately saying Lisa called her Conwyn, like a profile that exposed her did. And thanks to production, we see that Lisa said a different name. She said Fraudwyn. Now, I must say, Conwyn is just way more clever. Like I'm just, that's a really good one, Conwyn. But yeah, so I don't think that proves anything that Bronwyn said. Whitney is a more palatable Ashley. I agree with that. I actually agree with that. So then later on, we're with Heather and Whitney talking. It looks like Whitney now is just basically campaigning amongst the cast that it was Lisa who leaked this information. And notice how no one even cares about Bronwyn's past or even talking about it. Like, the more salacious story is who leaked it. Crazy to me. So Whitney then, I don't know, like she just keeps saying like, I think she did it. Like, what do you think, Heather? Like, look, Whitney, when Lisa drags your ass, like, because we know that Whitney is no match for Lisa. Now, there's some people that could go toe to toe with Lisa, but Whitney ain't one of them. So yeah, Whitney, when Lisa drags your ass, you're gonna deserve it. And also in this scene, are they drunk? They were given a drunk tea to me. Anyway, Heather says she absolutely thinks that Lisa did it. She says Lisa is smarter and darker than anyone has imagined. I said, wow, Heather. Like, ain't this supposed to be the friend you ride or die for? I don't talk about friends like that. Like, what changed really? That's what I want to know. Me and Brooke were talking about that on our video. Like, it just really hurts that these women really got me defending Lisa fucking Barlow. I'm so annoyed by this. So then we cut to Heather's confessional, and she connects the dots to how Lisa has gotten info on Bronwyn from the jeweler, as well as some new footage were presented with Lisa asking Amy about Bronwyn. Now, I will say that don't look good for Lisa at all, because now it's like you're giving them something to work with and giving them doubt to believe you. Now, again, I'm not saying that Lisa isn't capable. I'm just saying that they can't prove it, and it's not beyond a reasonable doubt that she did it. You know? Let's see. So they then bring Meredith in the room. Y'all notice what they're doing right now? Because they know that Meredith is the only cast member left that is in Lisa's corner. Yeah, like bad weather. It is brewing. It really is. Like this is a takedown, y'all, of Lisa. Now, whether or not she deserves it, I guess the jury's out on that. But I don't like a pile-on, no matter who it is. So Heather's excuse for bringing Meredith in on this is to see if she feels the same way about Lisa as she do. Also, she wants Meredith to support her when she confronts Lisa later on. But she doesn't want to destroy her friendship with Lisa. I'm calling bullshit on that. Definitely calling bullshit on that. So, let me see. So, also, what I think about Heather right now is she just said this woman is smarter and darker than we thought she was. Like, what type of friend are you, Heather? Like, I'm sorry, but Heather is showing herself to be a manipulative liar. And her true colors are showing. I'm sorry. Like, I want to give Heather the benefit of the doubt, but you're basically trying to manipulate people. You're manipulating your relationship with Lisa right now. It just seems like you befriended Lisa just to take her position. It's giving Mean Girls when Lindsay was going at Regina George. Ooh, do I have some Pellegrino left? I do. These are so good. And y'all know that I'm trying not to drink, my Dr. Peppers and my Cherry Cokes too much. So I feel like, this will suffice, but I'm trying to give up some sodas, Oh, that's why Mary says she looked inbred. Damn. So, now Meredith is in the room and they're presenting to her why they think it's Lisa who leaked the information. We cut to Meredith confessional and I agree with her 100%. Like, they are so worried about who planted the story that they don't care anything about what Bronwyn did. That's what I want to know. I want to know, like, these charges don't come out of anywhere. Like, they're connected to the case that was sealed. Grand larceny, identity theft. I mean, come on. And you can't say nothing about it, but yet you were tee-hee-heeing in the first episode. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate you. Yeah, I got this costume like a while ago. Look, I am 6'7", and this is like a bodysuit, basically. This fits me like a glove. I love it. Let me see. So Meredith then says, correlation does not equal causation. And I'm like, okay, Attorney Marks, I see you. Like, I definitely agree with that. Correlation does not equal causation. I don't know. Like, I'm ready for them to move on from this. Like, everybody against one cast member, no matter who it is, it's not entertaining to me. And we've seen it before on other franchises. So the next scene, we see Angie's just getting worse to the point where she needs medical attention. And I'm just wondering, is this all from seasickness? Please, in the chat, y'all, Like, have y'all been seasick before? Does it get you sick like that? Or do you think it's something else that she's going through? Thank you, Robert. Heather is unhinged, disloyal, batshit, fame hungry. End of story. Wow. Y'all have some very strong opinions. Yes, I am 6'7". If I could get up right now, I would show y'all. Now, I will say, if someone gives me a super chat of over $20, I will stand up for y'all and show y'all how tall I am. How about that? That is the challenge to the chat. Who wants to do that? Anyway, since y'all want to see me stand up. Anyway, next scene, we see Angie is getting worse. Oh, sorry, that's my notes. Sorry. When I be looking at the chat, y'all, like I be messing up. So then now we're at the table. Heather says it's a shame they are missing out on Angie and Mary's commentary. And Brittany says, well, I don't miss Mary's commentary. A few people at the table, they are really taken aback because, nobody really comes for, Miss Mary anymore like that. So then Heather says, now, Brittany, like, if you're going to talk shit, only do that if the person is there. And then Brittany says, I'm the only one that says what I feel to people's faces. So then here comes, out of nowhere, Bronwyn puts her on blast in front of the women, saying that, well, you talk shit about Lisa and Meredith. So then we see a flashback of her confiding in Bronwyn, of all people. Rookie mistake. About how Lisa tries to big sister her. And every time she sees Meredith, she's having a seizure of some sort because she goes from 0 to 100 in 2 seconds. I laughed. And this is the point where I was on Brittany's side. How about that? I was on Brittany's side when it came to this because, like, Meredith, y'all know how Meredith be. You were vile. Are you recording us? Like, anyway, Bronwyn then, which I didn't like this at all. It was given a really thirsty, desperate tea. Bronwyn then immaturely tells Lisa and Meredith that she said, what she said, everything, and adds some spice on it too. I'm like, oh my God. Like, this came off pretty mean-spirited, and I didn't like it. Like, Bronwyn, this is not why I fell in love with you. I fell in love with you because, like, you're fabulous. Like, I like how you dress. I like your little attitude. You're sarcastic. You put these bitches in their place when they come for you. But, like, yeah, I didn't like that. Like, Brittany is good at setting her own self up. Bronwyn doesn't need to do that. Now I see it. Thank you, Paulina. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Love from Ireland. I have Ireland, Pakistan, and Mozambique in the room. Fine. Look, when you put your money where your mouth is, fine. We're going to take a little break. I'm sorry, people in the chat who want me to, like, finish this recap. Let me just stand up right quick. Ugh. I am tall. I'm very tall. You see, I'm very tall. I'm standing up. There you go. Thank you so much, Paulina. And thank you. I just have some petty ass followers. Y'all are so petty. Oh my God. Anyway. Anyway. I see y'all got me all frazzled now. Now, what was I saying? Y'all are having some fun on this Halloween, huh? Happy Halloween. Anyway, the money shot is on the Patreon. Anyway, well, I'm only getting a costume for this because I wanted to get into the holiday spirit. Other than that, I'm just wearing a regular uniform to work tonight. So yeah, now Meredith is ticked off at this information about the seizures. Here go Meredith, y'all. She takes the bait. I've never had a seizure in my life. That's a horrible thing to say to somebody. She then says, there are people that actually have seizures, and one of them happens to be my child. Brittany says, well, my child, I don't care. I don't care. Oh my God. Brittany then says, see, that's what I'm talking about. Those are the seizures I'm talking about. Y'all, oh my God. Meredith gets up, picks up her water, and politely throws it at Brittany. Miles drop at the table. Now, look, when I saw this clip for the first time, I really wish Bravo didn't show us this, because that would have made it even better if I was watching this in real time, because that would have been so much fun. But I saw the clip and I was like, I did not expect Meredith to just throw water at her like that. And this went against all the, the prim and properness like that Meredith tried to convey. So you just gonna get down in the mud, Meredith? So then, Brittany, she ain't never scared. She then gets up and then tosses her water Meredith's way, and then Meredith blocks it. What did Meredith say? Like she a water bender now? So then the water goes in the opposite direction, and most of it goes on Bronwyn. And I was like, you know what, Bronwyn? That's what your ass get for being messy. That's what your ass get for being messy. I just could not believe this scene at all. But yeah, I don't know. Brittany, keep her on. If we could keep Meredith on, the only way she's going to be able to be kept on is to have Brittany to activate her. Anyway, I just couldn't believe what I saw. I was shocked. And then side note, y'all, Brittany, girl, I know it must be hot outside, but her hair was a mess. It was a mess. I was like, these women aren't her friends at the table. They could at least say, girl, what's going on right here? So then Meredith tells Brittany she's had enough of her nonsense. It's chaos at the table right now. Excuse me. Brittany says in her confessional that she is tired of Meredith treating her like shit and no one bats an eye. I mean, I do think in this particular instance, just this time, just this once, that Brittany was in the right. Because that was all instigated by Bronwyn's messy ass. So now Meredith and Brittany, they're going back and forth. Meredith says, you lie incessantly. You recorded us. I had you in my home. You disgust me. And she says she's done nasty things. Brittany then says, why don't you just disengage? So now at this point, Heather just changes the topic. Everything kind of comes down, and she says, well, we all need to own things. What else do we need to own at this table? Now, pause, time out again. I hate these type of manufactured segues. Because we know what you're trying to say, Heather. We know what drama you're trying to start at the table right now. It just, I would have had more respect if it was just more of a smoother segue into that argument. It kind of reminded me of Potomac when Ashley said, oh, well, if you ever dated a football player and someone in the NFL, raise your hand. Come on. Anyway, I just hate when they insult the viewer's intelligence. So yeah, Whitney tells Heather and Meredith, well, you guys should own the conversation that we had earlier. And I'm just like, here we go. Here we go. Meredith says, yeah, y'all should talk about it. So then Whitney then says, well, you were a part of it. Now, Whitney, you literally dragged Meredith into you and Heather's room and conversation about accusing Lisa. So now y'all trying to just put it on Meredith to usher this conversation in through? Like, this is why I can't have their side all the time. Like, it's a lot. And also, another side note, at this point, I was like, okay, maybe the air was humid as fuck because it is doing a number on everyone's hair at the table. But I must say, Miss Barlow's hair was the only one putting up a fight against that humidity. Like, that's the one who needs the contract. Because everybody else's hair was looking real disheveled. And, it was probably because of the heat, most likely. Like, it had to be sweltering outside. So, yeah, anyway, Heather tells Lisa directly that she thinks that she is the source for the dirt. Lisa is stunned. And then she just starts yelling immediately, "It's not fucking true!" Meanwhile, Angie and Mary in their rooms can hear the girls arguing. So now here come the tears from Lisa. "I can't take this anymore. Shut the fuck up about me." Like, it's a lot. I think this is one of her biggest meltdowns since she went off on Meredith behind closed doors. Whitney then gets up for some reason. Lisa says, "Don't come near me. Don't come near me." Lisa then gets up to go to Heather and grabs her by the face and says, "You know everything I know." Like, it was a lot, y'all. Chaos again. Below chaos. Lisa then yells, "Fuck you" to Heather. Lisa, she's crashing out right now. Everybody is getting it. Like, she's like, "You're lucky I'm fucking talking to you." She tells Meredith, "You better have fucking defended me." Like, everybody is getting it. And y'all notice who is silent at the table? Didn't say a word. Bronwyn. The whole thing it's about. Her plan worked, y'all. Like, no one is talking about what she did. Like, the biggest story right now, that's all they care about, is who put out the dirt on Bronwyn. And Heather, I didn't even know you liked Bronwyn. She's using Bronwyn because now she basically weaseled into Lisa's space right now to the point where she now can be the queen bee. Like, who is it? Who betrayed Caesar? Brutus? Yeah, Heather is Brutus right now. So now, child, all this arguing while the staff is bringing out the next course, it's just so awkward. Heather is now cursing Lisa out now, as she's trying to pin it all on Lisa. She says, "I think you leaked the dirt," and Lisa says, "Well, I can't be your friend." Heather tells her to get off the fucking yacht. Wow. While Lisa is standing up ready to leave while crying and yelling. The poor chef, he tried to come out and try to talk to them at the very worst time. Lisa again sits up to go to Heather. Heather then says she doesn't want her to leave. Whitney then almost got hit by Lisa. Did y'all see that? Like, 'cause she was talking to Heather, she was just like, "You see what she's done to me?" And then Whitney says, "You've done everything to me." Lisa had her phone like this and went to Whitney. "Haven't done anything fucking thing to you." Like, I thought she was going to hit her upside the head with a cell phone. And you know what? She would have deserved it. She definitely would have deserved it. She was just like, "I've not done a fucking thing to you." Oh, man. We now see Heather and Lisa chaotically talking to each other right now. I think they're too close to the edge of that boat. If you look at my screenshot that I used, I think I used that one. That's when they were doing this. They were all yelling at each other, and the boat is right here, the edge of it. Lisa then calls her husband, crying frantically, trying to get away from Heather as Heather is trying to chase after her. This is too much, Taquita. That's what I thought when I was watching it. The staff are just in the back thinking these bitches are crazy. Lisa is venting to her husband while Heather goes to Angie and Mary's room crying. Meanwhile, everyone is dispersed. Whitney is playing in the kitchen. Brittany is flirting with the captain and whoever has a penis on the boat. And then Brahman and Meredith are just sitting at the table. So then we see Brittany go down to Lisa as she's still sobbing to her husband. She tells Brittany, "Get away from me. I don't want you near me." Like, she basically dismissed her. Like, if I was Brittany, I would have pushed her ass in the water. I'm like, bitch, I'm the one who actually have your fucking back from the very beginning. So I thought that was rude of her to just shoo off Brittany like that. Like, that was an ally, you fool. Anyway, she tells John that she's coming back home and, she wants to leave early. So then we're back in Angie and Mary's room, and they both believe Lisa was the one leaking dirt too. So now it's like the only people who do believe Lisa or who don't think it's Lisa is Meredith and Brittany to a point. But I'm guessing in Lisa's eyes, you're not full time, so that don't count. Your opinion don't count. I don't know. I'm just thinking at this point, do y'all think Lisa should leave the show? Like, it's just like, who are her allies right now? Like, I feel like she may need to, like, maybe bring another friend on the show and, so they could just drop Whitney. But the problem is, whenever Lisa brings a friend on the show, they turn on her or she turns on them or they're not friends anymore. We've seen it with Angie K, the other Angie, who she's known for so long. Somebody else, I think. Who else did she bring on? I can't remember right now. No, Lisa should not lead the show. Look, I don't agree. I'm just posing a question. I don't want Lisa to leave. Oh, she brought Brahman on the show. Thank you, Jess B. Yeah, so that's 3 people. So I'm just like, will the next friend that Lisa bring on the show, is she going to backstab her? Are they going to fight now? So yeah, the credits are rolling and we see Brittany leading Heather to go talk to Lisa. While Lisa is still crying to her husband on the edge of the water, and that is where the episode ends. Now, my question to y'all, do y'all think Lisa did it? Again, my answer is I think it's possible that she did it, but I can't confidently say that she did it. I don't put it past her, but I can't accuse her. Like, if Heather just said, you know what, I think you're the one that did it, but like, she didn't say that, anything regarding that she had doubt. She just said, oh, I know you did it. Just admit it, babe. Just admit it. Also, this is a question I posed to Brooke when we did our little video. I said, who do you think, and this is the $1 million question, y'all. I really want y'all to think about this and give me a reason why. Who do you think is the most trustworthy person on Salt Lake City? I had a hard time. I was trying to go through the list, but it's so hard because they all lie, almost all of them, or they give an iteration of the truth. Mary? You think Mary's the most trustworthy? Even from season 1? I mean, I can see how y'all get there. I mean, compared to other people. So then here's what I think about Heather right now. I feel like I always wanted her to stand up to Lisa, but not like this. It just feels like she's coming for Lisa's position and she's being very manipulative. That's what I think. Because Heather has shown that she's a liar, especially with the black eye thing. So it's really hard to trust her. Yeah, like Heather just can't be trusted. You feel like you know where you stand with Mary. I can see that. She's transparent with her opinions of them. Angie K. Meredith. Okay. I could see between Mary and yeah, I'm trying to think. Angie, does she lie sometimes? Angie can be messy though. And I think she's way messier than Meredith. Maybe Mary, then Meredith, then Angie. I'm not sure. Anyway, y'all, are they jumping the shark right now? Do you like the where the episode is taking us right now? Everybody against Lisa. I don't think I like this. Like, I don't really care who leaked the dirt because now we're not talking about the dirt. The dirt isn't important. I'm just like, since when the dirt isn't important, especially when it comes to matters involving grand larceny, identity theft, etc. You know? But yeah, I think if Lisa left the show, like, do you think it would be boring? Like, who would be the scapegoat after that? So I think we actually just need to keep Lisa on the show and maybe get her another ally or two or something, because I don't know. I think Whitney is past her prime on the show. Almost Meredith too. But the way that Meredith be having her little short circuit moments, that's what's basically keeping her up on here. Now, what do I give this episode? I give this episode a 10 out of 10. It's just the crossover, the luxury, the fights. I mean, there was some frustration, but I was still logged in, clocked in, fully entertained. So yeah, y'all, that is my opinion on episode 7. Lisa was breaking down because she thought they were trying to ice her out from filming. I can see that. I hope there's some conflict resolution and moving on. I don't think so. I think Lisa is like, it's come to a point of no return with some of these ladies, like especially Whitney and Bronwyn, I feel like, especially if you see the clips from the next episode. Mary, she is transparent and isn't fake with these ladies. She's always calling John. She won't let that man get a break from her miserable ass. Oof. I don't want to assume she did it, but Lisa was very quick to react when no one had said anything initially. Yeah, she didn't help herself, but if Lisa was quiet, then it would have been like, well, why Lisa so quiet? Why is she so quiet, you know? So yeah. If I were Lisa, I would never talk to Heather again. That was some backstabbery right there. Anywho, y'all, that's the episode. Make sure you watch my video up on Brooke's channel where we discuss Potomac as well as Salt Lake City. It was a really good kiki. I'm trying to think what's coming up next. Oh, I just did a new Pop Roast Extra with Alex. It's uncensored, of course. We talk about everything. You get to ask us questions. That's available on my Patreon for only $5. I also, for some people, if you don't want to pay the full $5, if you just want to purchase the episode, it's $3. A little $2 discount. Anywho, y'all, I'm going to get out of this because this is very tight and I'm getting a little hot in this. So yeah, with that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you for the next